so fucking hard to just not walk into someone else's room. I'm asleep. It is so hot in my house. I don't wear clothes. I have no clothes. Well, I do have clothes on, but I don't wear clothes. Like, I do not have clothes on. I don't have covers. I'm bare out into the world. I'm asleep in my room, in my bed. And I usually lock the door for this reason. I don't know why my door wasn't that locked. Also, I'm awakened by some force. I hear voices. I hear dinner. I'm like, hello? I hear my door open and I hear dinner's fucking ready. I'm like, hello? Like, I'm sleeping. And I look and I see some figure of my dad. My grown dad. Like, my grown adult dad. I'm like, oh, well, this is so cute. Such a cute meetup. Why the fuck are you walking into my room right now? I feel like this is not the first time this has happened. So, is it so hard to just not? Why are we walking into other people's rooms? Why? Baby, I could have been naked. I know so many people who sleep naked. I could have been fully butt-ass naked, and Papa would have just seen that. Get the fuck out of my room, first of all. Get the fuck. Get out. Anyways, I'm fucking moving, so I'm getting out. So if y'all fucking come for me for looking like this, let's just remember, I was asleep. I've been asleep. Let's fucking not, because I'm already dealing with enough.
Hello, baddies. Get ready with me for the day, even though it's already 3:10. It's Sunday. I mean, bitch, no, it's Monday. It's Memorial Day today, so I have nothing going on. I literally have no freaking anything, like absolutely no plans at all. But we're gonna get ready because I feel like if I don't get ready, I just feel like a bum, and I don't like feeling like that. But I have to go to church today. I'm gonna go pray. I'm gonna go get some food. I need to go to Chick-fil-A today because Chick-fil-A was closed yesterday. And I need to go to Sephora. I need to go to Ulta. I need to go restock on my skincare. I need to go restock on my freaking powder, Huda Beauty powder, because I did my makeup the other day and I don't know, I think I'm gonna switch to regular shades of powder instead of pink powders. But we're just gonna hurry up and get ready, and I want to give you guys a little story time on the dream that I've been having recently because it's been like eating me up. Oh my gosh, also I need to get rid of this pimple patch. Also, Starface, I love you. It sent me like a bunch of pimple patches and literally the packaging from it, it's so cute. But let me get this off real quick and let me just, oh, you know what, I'm not gonna even freaking pause the end of the video. That's disgusting. Hold on. For the past couple of days, I've been getting ready at his baby's house, and I have like all my makeup inside of my Beauty Creations customized little makeup bag that I got from their event. But I'm just gonna freaking put sunscreen on because even though it's not hot outside, still wear your sunscreen, because I don't know if you guys know that, but like being out in the sun is like a high risk of skin cancer. So make sure you guys are wearing your sunscreen. This is Trader Joe's Enriched Moisturizing Face Lotions, SPF 15, and I go in with Super Goops. But oh my gosh, I've been having really weird dreams lately. I used to stay at this old house, or my grandma's house, where my parents would go work because they used to work night shifts a lot, and no one was able to watch me growing up. So I'd be at my grandma's house, and I stayed in this one room. Like, I had my own room specifically. And after like I stopped going there, I just kind of started like, it's the same reoccurring dream. I've had it I think 3 years ago, I had it last night, I had it today in the morning when I went back to sleep. And it's just like really weird. This is Super Goop's Mineral Matte Sunscreen and SPF 40, and it's tinted. But the dream starts off as literally me being inside of my old room that I used to stay in. The door is literally locked, and I have like no way of getting out, so I have to like push open like this mesh screen that is like another layer from the window to prevent you from falling out. I rip open that mesh screen, I jump off the freaking roof, and then I have to like run across a busy street to like escape. But it's my grandpa that passed away, and I can't even explain it to you how like weird it is. I can't even explain it to you. It's just very much like weird vibes. Like, I literally called my grandma that's in Vegas, and I like asked her for advice because she's very like superstitious, and I'm a superstitious person. Like, my MCO Beauty Flawless Glow, my Beauty Creations Hot Girl Brush in 03 or 03, just for like a little bit of coverage. But oh my gosh, like this dream has been eating me up, and I just feel very weird, so I'm just gonna go out and distract myself. But honestly, today is Memorial Day too, and my grandpa is a veteran, so that's like another thing that I was thinking about. But like, I don't know, and I'm tired. I just don't want to go back to sleep because I don't want to have that dream. But I'm gonna go to Sephora. I need to go get new powder. I'm gonna go take Florian out on a walk because the weather today is like really freaking cloudy, but like it's still kind of like warm-ish, but like not too warm. So taking my LA Girl Pro setting powder because this is amazing. Also, I literally forgot that I got this from TikTok shop. It's a 48-piece powder puff set, and I just forgot that I even had it. But I need to go get, oh my god, I ran out of my Road Glazing Milk Moisturizer. I gotta go get some of that. I also need to go get setting spray, because tell me why. I literally went to Sephora like literally less than like 2 days ago. I bought the one size setting spray, and mind you, that's like $38, and I'm missing it. Taking my favorite bronzer ever. This is the Morphe Cheek Thrills Bronze and Tone Duo. This is the shade Tulum Trip. I'm also going to be using my brush. This is their M240 Sculpt brush to just apply. I'm not going to use any liquid contour or like cream contour today, just powdered, because honestly, you guys, I've been fiending to go to Tahoe. I've been fiending to go to Yosemite. I am going to be adding some fake freckles, or not even adding, because I'm just going to be going over my actual freckles. Yeah, I always go live. Like, if you guys know me, like, I go live, but I feel like I spend so much time on social media that like it's like affecting me, like genuinely, like my mental. Guys, I love this freaking freckle pen. It's my favorite freckle pen ever. Like, this is your sign to go get it. You guys, I think, can only get it online, because I haven't been able to find it like in any stores. I need to go find my setting spray. I don't know where it's at, but we're gonna be using Juju's Place's setting spray today. I'm so sad, like I don't know where the frick my setting spray went. I lied. This is what I'm wearing today. And then for perfume, I think I'm gonna be using my Valentino perfume. And then, oh, this angle looks so weird. Duh! This is my Dove Advanced Care deodorant. It's my favorite freaking deodorant ever. I've been loving it so much. And also, I don't know if you guys know, but I wear glasses when I drive. These are my glasses for when I have to freaking go and drive. It's daytime, yeah, but I like, my eyes have been so bad recently, so I'm gonna wear these. And I think for my bag, I'm just gonna either use this one. I don't even know what I'm gonna use for my bag. I'm just I don't even remember the bag. Okay, bye.
Everyone's always asking me why I have so much anxiety about going out, and I just want to tell you something that happened on the weekend that's going to give you a bit more reasoning to why I have so much anxiety when I go out. But on the weekend, I went to my partner's friend's 21st, and it was really good. We were having a great night. I had a really cute outfit on. It was a brand new top. I felt super slay, super good, whatever. This girl came up to me. She was probably in her 50s, and she's like, "Oh my god, you have the best tits I've ever seen." I'm like, "Thanks so much." Anyway, I didn't think much of it, walked away. 10 minutes later, she came back up to me and she's like, "Oh my gosh, you're the girl with the great tits." I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." She goes to turn around and walk away, and then just whips back around, grabs my boobs, no consent, nothing like that, and puts her face in them, and just... I'm standing there, sober by the way. I'm standing there and I'm just like, did this just happen? Like, what the heck? Anyway, she like pulls her face out, she's laughing, she's so drunk, and I'm just like, ha ha, and I'm like holding her hands away. Pardon me. And then anyway, she walks away and goes over to her friends, and I immediately zipped my jumper up. I felt so uncomfortable. I was like, this always happens to me. Like, literally, I don't know what to do about it at this point. Like, I did not give her any reason to do that. Anyway, I'm dancing with my friends. She comes back up to me with all of her friends, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, like, this is the girl with the great tits. She said you can motorboat them again. You should all motorboat her tits. She said it's okay." And I'm like, absolutely not. Mind you, while I'm having this conversation, I'm literally holding her hands, holding them away from me so she cannot grab me, because she's trying to touch me and grab me. And then, anyway, I go to the dance floor with my girlfriend, and then one of her friends comes over and starts dancing with me. I have to do the same thing. I have to hold her hands away as she's talking to everyone about my chest, about my boobs, while I have a jumper zipped up. It is like oversized, big jacket, like you cannot see my figure. And she's still talking to all her friends about it, trying to touch them. So I'm just like dancing with her hands out here to stop her from doing that. And it's just so upsetting, because it's like, I genuinely like hate going out, because people feel like they can just touch me, either because they know me, because they just feel like, oh, my boobs are there, so they're fucking free reign. Like, are you joking me? Could you imagine if it was a man? Like, could you imagine if that was a 50-year-old man doing that? Everyone would turn around like that and be like so mad. So why is it okay for a 50-year-old woman to do it? I really hope, no offense, I really hope this woman doesn't have kids, because God forbid she has to explain that to her kids one day, or her kids come home and tell her that. So upsetting. Anyway, it literally is not the first time it happened. It happens every single time I go out. I'm super grateful for my friends. I genuinely don't think I will be ever able to go out alone again. And it's very upsetting. But anyway, I'm okay. This is not a sympathy card, but I just wanted to tell you guys, this is the reason I have so much anxiety about going out. And I'm sure you guys can understand, like, bruh. Just want to add a note to this, because I know someone's going to comment it's what you wear. Firstly, it shouldn't be about what you're wearing, but secondly, I will wear a completely button-up shirt and this still happens. Like, literally, I guarantee you it is not what I'm wearing. And even if it was, that is not a good enough excuse. You should not be doing this to people. And I can probably name about 50 times this has happened to me just this year. So men, women, everyone, don't touch other people, bro.
I went on a first date last night, and it was amazing because this is what I did first and foremost. I was meeting him at 6:30. So I texted my best friend and I said, want to meet me at 5:30 for a drink before my date, because I don't want to be nervous on a first date. And this is maybe just me, but like the idea of walking into a bar or a restaurant to meet a man that I don't know and like having to look around for him is my biggest nightmare. So I typically will like to get to a first date first and then text him and be like, oh, I got here a little bit early, this is where I'm sitting, and make him come find me. But what's even more fun is sitting there early with your best friend, right? So me and my best friend went there an hour early to make sure that like I had a seat that I liked by the TV that I wanted, because we were gonna watch the OKC game. So me and my best friend are sitting there, had a glass of wine, so by the time he showed up, I wasn't nervous anymore. He had to come find me, and this was just like a happy accident, but he showed up a little bit early, so my best friend hadn't left yet. So he walked up to our table, and she was still there, and we were like in the middle of a conversation, so we didn't realize, and he walked up and was like, hi, and we were like, oh my God, and I was like, get out of here, bye, but then they like met for a second, and then she left. And then she texted me and was like, okay, he's really cute, text me in an hour. Anyway, it was just like a nice little icebreaker. And I just think we should normalize also having your best friend be able to come on your first date. Anyway, that's a different story.
Story time on how my brown mom caught me talking to someone. So I was in high school and I was in this like long distance like situation. It wasn't even long distance, by the way, like lived 15 minutes away from me, but none of us could drive. And we barely saw each other. Oh no, that's basically long distance. By coincidence, his cousin lives like super duper close. This once in a lifetime opportunity. Like he said, yo, I'm at my cousin's house. I was like, I started formulating like this insane ass plan. Like I was like, bro, do you see like a mailbox right there? Right, I'm gonna meet you at that mailbox and you are gonna walk to me and we'll just like stay there for a bit and we'll just talk. I both thought that this was like a genius ass plan. I went up to my mom and I asked her if I could check the mailbox, and she like looks at me and she's like, you never checked the mailbox. Like, bro, mama, like I'm trying to change my life, like I'm trying to get my steps in, like you don't know. Just gave me a look and I just got like hella scared, so I was just like, okay, you know what, never mind. But you know what, I'm a romantical little person, okay? I still wanted to see that man. And so then I told him, change of plans, you are now going to stand in front of my house and I'm going to stand in front of my window and I'm gonna wave at you. But you know what, he did exactly that. I'm just like giggling, I'm blushing, like I'm like, yee. So as I'm giggling my pants off, right there, my mom is standing by my window, waiting for me to turn around. There was no way to recover from that, because what normal person that's doing absolutely nothing would be standing by her window, giggling and waving? I was like, you know what, mama, like, there's a saying that, you know, if you, like, wave outside a window, like, you get good fortune. She did not buy my BS, and she was like, hand me your phone right now. And basically, she saw every single little text I sent that man. You know, like, forget about calling him handsome and shit, like, saying that you'd make him, like, heart-shaped tortilla and that you'd clean his toilet for him is, like, that's something your brown mom should never see. I was really into, like, these corny little, like, pickup lines and stuff like that, so you best bet she read every single pickup line out loud to my face, and I just wanted to sit there and I just wanted to, like, die. That's it. Do I blame her for beating my ass after? No. I probably fucking deserve that shit. One can see, I am very much alive. My mom still loves me. Looking back, that is actually the worst, most aura loss way to get caught ever.
Story time on how I got caught sneaking out and I got my whole room searched through. It makes me so mad because I have to leave out so much of these stories just for, like, because of TikTok, and because my mom, she doesn't know a lot of parts of these stories. Sorry, Mom. Scroll past this if you see this. To preface, I'm 18 now. I don't have to sneak out. It's a long time ago. Anyways, so me and my friend take it upon ourselves to sneak out. So we sneak out. The person we're going to see is someone that we know very well. We've known them our whole life, and it was just, we shouldn't have been hanging out with them, though. That does not mean we should have been hanging out. So we go, we're literally just fucking driving around, and me and my friend hid our phones in my house, and I told my stepdad that I was going to hang out with Chase. Chase is my gay best friend. So, of course, not sus. He doesn't like girls, so my stepdad's not sus. He's like, fuck yeah, we love Chase. So I leave my phone. She leaves her phone. Dumbass, like, my location is on my phone. He's gonna know I didn't bring my phone. Whatever. So we go. We're just driving around. It's been, like, probably an hour. I'm like, okay, a lot of things happened in this car ride, but I can't say. But it's really funny. We like got convinced we were gonna get killed, like all this stuff, all this fucking wild stuff. That's not the point of the story. We then end up at this middle school, and that's when I really thought I was gonna die. For many reasons also. Anyways, and after that, I'm like, take me the fuck home. Like, take me home. My friend's freaking out. We're both freaking out. We're like, take us home. Take us home. So it takes us home, and I'm looking at the bushes like outside the door of my house, and I was like, guys, does that look like my stepdad in the bushes right there? And they're like, nah, you're tripping, like, you're tripping. I open the door. My stepdad comes running down the driveway, and my stepdad is a big boy. He's a big fucking boy, okay? He comes running full force faster than I've ever seen him run. Oh God, I'm still having in my head screaming. I'm talking, who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? I'm gonna fucking kill him. Screaming. I'm shitting my fucking pants. I run out that car. I slam the door. My friend slams the door. I'm like, drive. Because I didn't know what he was gonna do. I didn't know what the fuck he was gonna do. I run into my house. I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna get my ass beat. Fuck. Oh God. Get into the house. He's like, sit the fuck down. I sit my ass down. My friend tries running up the stairs. And he goes, come back here. Sit down right now. And she was like, fuck. And so we sit down. And I'm like this. Sitting with my hands like this. I was nervous. And he's just going ham. He's like, where are your phones? Da da da. Like giving this whole speech. I'm like, fuck. And my mom is on a trip. And I'm like, please don't call my mom. And he's like, I already did. I was like, oh no. So I then have to take him to find our phones. I grab our phones, and they were hidden in a drawer, and he was like, that's the one place I didn't check for them, da-da-da, I knew they were somewhere, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then he was really mad about that. And I felt really bad, okay? Just to be clear, I did feel very bad. I also had never seen my stepdad angry like this before, so I was very upset. And then he proceeds to tell me that he went through my whole room under my mom's demand. I don't want to talk about the things he found. Just know, everything that you ever put in your room as a teenager needs to go in a lockbox and dig it in the dirt and throw away the key. Okay. Let's just say when my mom got home, I got my ass beat.
It's nighttime. You're probably wondering where I'm going, bitch. Get ready with me to sneak out. So I gotta go to a party, and it starts at 10 p.m. and it's currently 8:30, and my mom would whoop my ass if she found out I'm going to a party like that. So I gotta get ready and sneak the fuck out. I'm about to set my adrenaline music. I'm about to set my sneak out music. I'm about to get lit at a party music. Let's go. Tonight I wanna show you off. If you guys know me, I love going to parties and everything. Like, I'm so excited. Like, invite me to every single function, I'm there. Is this the wrong shade?
I don't even give a fuck. I'll give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. I'm about to go have fun. I don't care if I'm white.
Like, flashback Mary. And this bitch, I don't give a fuck. Who am I trying to impress? Fuck all men. I'm scrolling on my For You page. I'm literally like without a care in the world, and I open up my group chat, and tell me why my friend sends me a video, and it's literally like a video of like me, like it's an edit of me.
I mean, I'm not complaining about no edit. Like, I got a fucking edit, bitch. I made it. Like, you know you made it when you get edits made of yourself. That's how you know you made it. I made it. I don't know about y'all. I don't even care. Bro, like, are y'all getting edited? No, didn't think so.
I need a fucking job. Okay, bro, low-key, I need to stop being loud as shit, because I'm pretty sure my mom already knows that I'm up and shit. I'm pretty sure she thinks I'm, like, mentally ill or something, because I keep talking to myself. Oh, honestly, I don't sneak out, guys. Like, this is my first time sneaking out, and I'm scared as shit. Like, I know, like, I'm using this video as a cover-up to, hide how much I'm actually shitting myself. Like, I think I might need to, like, be put into a diaper. Are you guys proud of me? I've been so drama-free this year. Well, I don't know about drama free because there's still some bitches that like to post shit about me on their fucking stories. Like, but no, I'm not fighting you, bro. Like, deadass. I'm not fighting you because you're stalking me. Like, deadass. I'm not fighting you because of that. Like, boy, get the hell out of here. Some bitches like to be like so stuck up on the past, and it's just like, let it go, bro. Let it go. But it's okay because y'all broke. I'm up. That was so fucking corny. Please don't clip that. I've been seeing so many videos about Coachella this, Coachella that. Like, bro, yes, I know Justin went. You don't have to keep fucking putting it in my face and shit. Like, y'all talking about, like, love at first sight. That was my love. I'm trying to lock in and I'm over here glazing another man. Like, bro, but, like, I'm gonna stay glazing Justin Bieber. I don't give a fuck. So, digital footprint is a thing. And I forgot I need to keep that in mind. Now I'm gonna do nose contour to sneak out. Because if I sneak out without nose contour, then I'm gonna look so fucking ugly. I'm so praying my mom doesn't wake up. Because if she wakes up, bro, it's rap. You might be asking who I'm going with. To be honest, I don't even know them. Like, I just met them, like, in the convenience store while I was checking out for the 7-Eleven, and they recognized me on TikTok, and they said if I wanted to go to a function, and they're, like, all, like, over the age of, like, 21, and they're gonna come pick me up. So, low-key, I'm just down. I either might have the greatest night of my life, or I might end up in a barrel. You know? Leslie is missing.
Like off topic, but on topic, I heard there was going to be an even better party in like the San Fernando Valley, and I think it was going to be like May 30th, and I think there's already an Instagram account for the party, so if y'all trying to pull up and party with Leslie Melville, then let me know, bro. Go to the fucking function.
Bro, is this lip liner too dark for me? Like, be honest. Be so completely honest. Okay, it's time to remove these clips and do my hair. Okay, so I'm thinking of just probably, like, curling my hair, but I kind of wanted at it.
Noche tienes que dormir ya, porque mañana.
I just went on a first date so horrendous that I had to have one of my friends call me with a fake emergency, which I have never in my years of dating in New York City had to do. Anyways, I meet this guy at a bar and it's going fine. I don't like him and like I know I won't see him again like within literally the first 5 minutes because he's like, it's just like his aura. Like he looked exactly like his pictures, but he was like fully hunched over, like he's speaking so slowly. Like it was just not a vibe, you know? Like we were just not getting along. And I could tell that he really liked me, which I thought was surprising because I was like, I am giving you nothing. Anyways, like 20 minutes into the date when I'm like, kill myself. I hope this is over. Can I go home now? He's like, tell me about your worst date story. I don't know why. That doesn't seem like good date conversation. But I'm like, okay, so I'm thinking about it because I want to be like this one, but I don't feel like that's socially acceptable. So he's like, okay, like in the meantime, I'll tell you about mine. But he like volunteers to tell it, but then is like super hesitant about sharing. And I'm like, no, you started this. You have to share yours, you know? And so he's like, oh, like I went to go get drinks with this girl. And then after we went to like this hotel photo booth and like, you know, girls love that shit. And I was like, this sounds like a good date. And you went to a second location too. So how bad could it be? And he was like, no, it was a great date until like we went back to my place. And I was like, what date was this? And he's like, it's a 9th or 10th date. Immediately no. Because why are you sharing a story about someone you went on 10 dates with? A bad date story has to be a first date, maybe a second. Because like 10 dates in, that means you have terrible judgment. Like something is wrong with you. Like you are like fully dating this person at this point. And so anyways, he's again like very hesitant. He's like, I don't want to share the rest of the story. And I'm like, bitch, you won't share it because you started this. So then he was like, yeah, and then one thing led to another and she was giving me a hand job. Why did you think that that's appropriate? Anyways, so then he's like, and then she angled it upwards. So he was like, I came in my eye. Those are words that I never thought I would hear on a first date. Came in my eye. I came in my eye. And I'm like, I'm sat there with my lychee martini. Like, what? And then he's just like, yeah, and it really burns. Now I have many questions. Do you have radioactive jizz? Like, why does it burn? It shouldn't burn. I was like, you need to drink more water. Drink more water. So then I'm like, I just am speechless. I'm sat there and he's like, yeah, so then I go to wash out my eye and it's like bright red. Like, it's like very bright red. And so then he's like, I lay down and she's trying to comfort me. So she like starts cuddling me, but I like am very irritated. So I ask her to leave. I'm sure disrespectfully. I'm sure he was rude. I don't think what men don't understand, when you tell me a story about another girl on the first date, I'm always on her side. You're always in the wrong. You are almost always in every story you guys tell about women, I'm like, give me her number so I can text her about how terrible you are. So then he's like, yeah, I ask her to leave. And he's like, I walk her downstairs. I don't think he walked her downstairs. Because why would you tell me that you walked her downstairs when like, that's just like implied if you ask somebody to leave, you like are a courteous gentleman and walk them downstairs. So he's like, she texted me and was like, that was mad disrespectful how you rushed me out of your house. I'm on her side. And he's like, and then we broke up. That's your worst date? Are you? Anyways, I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom. So then I go to the bathroom. I text everybody I know. I said, call me with an emergency. Call me with an emergency. I call my mom from the bathroom. I'm like, Mom. She doesn't answer because she like fucking hates me. But I leave on her voicemail that I'm like, hey, I know you want me to get married like so fucking bad. But just so you know, the men in the marriage market right now in New York City are coming in their fucking eyes. Just so you know. And I was like, call me back. But they're coming in their eyes. And I left that on my mom's voicemail, on my mother's voicemail, on the woman who birthed me. Because it's getting out of hand, guys. And then he texted me after and was like, oh, like, I had a great time. I'm on my phone with my friend telling her that this was the worst date I've ever experienced in my whole life. And he texts me, I had a great time, would love to see you again. And I text him, like, you know, I don't think that it's a good fit, like, best of luck. And he texts me, I hope your TikTok pops off. So do we think he made up this story? Like, I'm just like, there's so many twists and turns.
You gotta tell these men what you want. This is what my Hinge looks like right now. Voice memos from 5 different men. I'll get the comment a lot that's like, Jess, how do you get these guys to send you voice memos? How do you do that? You either gotta ask them that for them, or you gotta say, hey, this is what I like, and see how they respond. This usually happens in like 1 of 3 ways for me. First of all, in my profile, I have that I'm looking for voice memos. You know the prompt that's like, what are you looking for? I think my answer is I'm looking for voice memos, reservations, and forehead kisses in that order. And a lot of guys will respond to that. And some guys will send me a voice memo out the gate, number 1 message, voice memo, and they'll make a joke about like, gotta make sure that I'm doing it check by check, step by step. Sometimes a guy will not send me a voice memo, so then I will send a voice memo, and in the voice memo, I will say at the end of it, by the way, I really like voice memos. You can glean a lot of compatibility and personality with hearing people speak. There's things that translate over orally in your personality that do not via text. And I'll say that at the end of my voice memo. At that point, most guys will send a voice memo back. If a guy does not send a voice memo back, I'm suspicious about that. I'm like, well, I just told you that I like this and I told you why I liked it and you're still texting me. And if a guy's like, oh, I like voice memos too, I'm just at work right now, I'll do one later, that's okay, that's no problem. But if a guy's like, oh yeah, I don't really like voice memos, sorry, then it's just not gonna work. I've had guys be like, sorry, I don't like to send voice memos. And so then I just unmatch. We're just incompatible. We're looking for different things. We want different things. I'm looking for a guy that sends a voice memo to me before we go on a first date to ensure that like we can have an actual communication before going out and meeting each other in real life. That means a lot to me. It's just a matter of compatibility for me. That's all. I prefer voice memos over phone calls. I mean, I'll do a phone call too, but the thing is Hinge does not allow you to do phone calls on the app, and I'm trying to not give my number out to these characters before meeting them. And I've said that too. If a guy is like, oh, well, I'm bigger on phone calls, I'll say, yeah, I like a phone call too, but like before we like exchange numbers, I think a voice memo is a good way to start. And then most guys are like, oh yeah, good idea. And we'll send back a voice memo. But in the alternative, I have so many voice memos that I have sent that go completely unresponded, because some guys, the second you send a voice memo, that's too real for them, that freaks them out, and then they go MIA. It's just a nice vetting process. It's a nice screening process. It's just less risk for me. I started doing this because in the past, like years ago, I had been on so many dates where texting chemistry was great, funny, silly. We get there in person, suddenly this man can't speak. Suddenly it's like I'm talking to a wall. And then I was like, you know what, I need to see if we can vibe, if we can banter. I can banter up there with the best of them. I'm a chatty, banterous bitch. So I need you to be the same. And sometimes guys will send me voice memos and I'm just like, oh, this isn't gonna work. Because I can just tell. I can tell that when they're talking, they're like unsure of themselves. They don't know what to say. Some guys will just be like, hi, okay, yeah, totally, this is my voice, okay, cool, hope that was good for you. And it's like, what am I supposed to do with that? No, I'm not gonna go on a date with you. You're giving unsure of yourself. I thought that I wanted to make a strawberry, because if you saw my strawberry matcha video, I just got this strawberry topping situation. Would strawberry and espresso taste good? Can someone let me know? Cheers, ladies.
My hair with me while I tell you one of the scariest things I have encountered as a babysitter. So I babysit probably every weekend, and this weekend it was probably a year and a half ago maybe. I was just babysitting the 12-year-old and I. She's 12 now, so she's probably 10 or 11. We're just sitting there, it's getting pretty late, and her mom isn't responding, so I'm like, her phone probably died, whatever. We're just, watching TV, making TikToks, what we do when her brother goes to bed. Now it's like 1 a.m. and we hear a car pull up. And I'm like, oh, it's probably just, you know, an Uber bringing them home because sometimes they Uber home. So I'm just like, whatever, it's a gray van. Okay, they're gonna walk in any minute. But they don't. So I look out the window and this man who is bald and pretty old is standing. Now he's not in the car, but he's outside of the van, and basically he's like standing in their front yard just staring at me through the front window. I mean, there are a couple lights on, so he could see me. I immediately was like, do you know who that is? And she's like, no. So she ducks down, and I go over to, you know, lock the front door. Yeah, he's standing at the front door now. I'm like in panic mode, and when I'm like under like pressure, I can't do anything and my hands get all shaky, so I'm like trying to lock the door, but like he's looking at me through like the little window at the front door. He's staring right at me. And you know, let's just say this wasn't my best choice. I didn't lock the door, I just ran. So I say, Piper, let's run. So we run into the bathroom. We lock ourselves in the bathroom like that's more secure than the front door. No. This is probably what gave me POTS because my heart rate was out of control. I'm just like terrified, being like, what if he's out there? What is he doing? Like, I don't know what to do. And so I call my mom and I tell her. And she's like, okay, go out there and check if he's still there. And if he is, call the cops. If he's not, lock the door and just sit there. I'll be right there. So I was like, okay. Piper gets a hold of her stepdad because her mom's phone is dead. So she calls him and says, there's a man at the door. Do you know who it is? And he just thinks that we're like kidding, you know, pranking him. So he's like, yeah, whatever. And I'm like, no, I'm being serious. Like, at home. So the guy, when we go back out, he's not there. And we're terrified the rest of the night. My mom comes over and just sits with us because she is terrified for us. So my mom is just sitting there, and they get home like 20 minutes later. They're like, wait, you guys were serious? And we're like, yeah, check your Ring camera. So she checks it, and she's like, yeah, that's scary. He was like swaying back and forth, like whatever, I don't know what he was doing. The next day, the mom calls me and says, hey, I just got a voicemail from a random number. Basically, he said, hey, this is Troy from the local pizza place. I was at your door and I can see that someone's home, but you're not answering it, and I'm standing out here with your pizza. And he knew her name, the mom that I babysit for, because he called her number and said, hey, her name, this is Troy from the local pizza place. He didn't have a pizza. He didn't drive a pizza car. She didn't order a pizza. There was no pizza. So she then calls the pizza place that he said he worked for and said, this guy like came to the house with no pizza, and he knows me by name, and he knows where I live, and he didn't have a pizza. And basically they said, we don't have someone named that who works here. So that was a plot twist. And was anything done? No, I'm still terrified of Troy. I don't know who he is or what he wanted. Basically, then I heard from people all over town that some guy in a van, a bald man in a van, just stands outside and says he works for the pizza place, and he doesn't. So, lock your doors. I haven't seen him since, and that was like a year and a half ago. So I think whatever happened to Troy, I hope someone turned him in. Comment if you want more story times, and tell me if you've had a scary experience like this. So yeah, there is my story.
Story time on how I almost got jumped by 2 old women at Seven Bro. And I'm going to be telling you the story while I get ready for one of my best friend's grad parties. Also, you can find this top in the orange card below, because I did get it on TikTok shop. Okay, the story takes place about 2 days ago. I went to Seven Brew with my best friend, because at this point I think we all know how much I love Seven Brew. Anyway, so this day we pull into the drive-thru, and the line is absolutely so long, like it's wrapped around the building like twice. So me and my friend, I'm driving, we get to the back of the line, and we wait our full turn to get around, and we're like maybe 5 cars from ordering. Or like 5 cars from the front where we get our drinks. We're like about to order. So in case you're not familiar with 7 Brew, there are 2 lines, and we were in the inside lane, but in the lane next to us, there was like a gap, maybe like a car wide gap, because this one car couldn't get around a cone. All of a sudden I see this car go by, and I'm not thinking much of it because I'm thinking, oh, they're probably just gonna go around and get in the lane, but they stop and start reversing into the lane. Like literally trying to parallel park to cut in front of other people. And I'm just looking at them like in awe of like what they're doing. Cause genuinely, who does that? As one does though, I just start laughing because I think it is so funny, because just what? And keep in mind, I'm holding my phone. My phone is in my hand, but I'm not doing anything with it. And also I have my sunroof open so I can hear what they're saying because they have their window down, and yeah. But in the, like, my peripheral vision, I can see the car ahead of me going, so I reach for the steering wheel to, drive. So I grab the steering wheel with my phone, like, in my hand or whatever, and start pulling up. And then all of a sudden I hear this, like, loud, agitating voice. This old woman goes, "Is that recording me?" I originally just don't think anything of it because, like, I'm not doing anything, so I didn't, like, immediately think that it was me that she was talking about. But she, like, keeps, like, screaming, so eventually I'm like, what is she screaming at? So I look over at her, and when I tell you that this girl was glaring at me, and mind you, these 2 women in the car look like they're in their, like, 40s or 50s. And after I, like, made eye contact with her, I hear her go, "I'm gonna whoop her." And I'm sitting over here just trying to get my 7 Brew. This is low-key the funniest part because then I hear the woman next to go, "She looks 16. Mind you, I'm not 16, but it's whatever. Honestly, I think that the funniest thing though was the woman goes, "I don't give a flying how old she is. I'm gonna drag her." So I was just kind of looking forward, just like gripping the steering wheel because I'm like, I'm not gonna interact. And me and my friend, we are just like dying. Like, we're trying to like contain our laughs, but we're also like, we're dying because it's so funny. And at this point too, this woman is still screaming, so I'm just like, what the actual heck am I supposed to do? So I literally at one point had said to the work, I'm like, hey, like, if I come back, it's because it's the woman over there is following me. Because at this point, I'm like actually scared that she's going to try to do something or like follow me home, because she was actually crazy. Anyways, if you're that woman and you're somehow watching this video, please don't threaten people who could potentially be minors. Like, you and your friend literally thought I was a minor and you were still threatening me. Like, the fact that I'm not a minor does not make that any better. But anyways, thanks for watching my story. I love you guys. Bye. If you're a teenage girl, please be safe out there.
Update on, I have a guy coming to visit me this weekend that I've never met. It is day 2. I met him yesterday and we spent the day together. We honestly had so much fun. He was a lot cuter and actually a lot taller than I thought he would be, which is a good thing because you truly never know until you are in person. Photos can be so deceiving. We walked through all the different neighborhoods. He's only been to New York one other time in his life, so it's really fun to show him around and tell him about all the different areas we were walking through. We did a little shopping. He actually got me a pair of jeans, which was so sweet. And then we met up with a few of my friends at a sports bar just to watch the Knicks. We did like random little dive bars after. It was just such a fun little casual Saturday night hangout, and everyone got along with him. It was great. On to day 2. Now, this is the day that he planned. So when he came, he was like, all right, you get Saturday, you can do whatever you want, and then Sunday, I'm gonna make the plans for us. So we have some fun activities planned. Keep you guys updated. I'll try to take some videos throughout the day today. Yesterday, I honestly forgot. I was just so like off my phone, just with him. Oh, we also went to the old friend photo booth and got the cutest pictures. It's crazy. Like, at the end of the night, I felt like I had known him for so long, and it was literally the first day that we met, but it's because we spent the entire day together. We're talking the whole time. I really got to know him. I'm excited for today. I'll let you guys know. Okay, talk to you later. Bye. Update on, I had a boy come to visit me this past weekend that I've never met. It is Tuesday. He has officially come and gone, and now I can tell you guys about how the weekend went. When we first met, it was not really awkward at all. We kind of just jumped into it like any first date. Like I said in the other video, I was happily surprised with height and attractiveness. You never quite know from photos, but that was all good stuff. He was also such a gentleman and was always switching sides with me so that he could walk on the side next to the street. He got me flowers, he got me jeans when we were shopping, he got me this really cute coffee table book. We had the nicest lunches, dinners, literally anything I wanted to do, he was down for, which was awesome. Sunday,
Like I said in the other video, he planned that day. So we got a little bit of a later start. We were out late Saturday night, so we slept. We went to a cool magazine shop, walked around, had the most amazing lunch. Again, it was just like anything I wanted. I felt really special, which is how you should feel when dating or getting to know someone. Sunday night, we did dinner at one of my favorite restaurants in the city called Mamo. It was such an amazing dinner. They gave us a free round of drinks. They brought us champagne. They gave us free desserts. I don't know what it was. I think it was just like us together. We definitely look good together, which was always nice to see. I feel like I do want someone that's kind of my match. So I don't know. Sounds silly, but literally just the best dinner ever. Biggest update of all, he asked to see me again and told me to tell him the next weekend that I'd be free for him to come back and see me or for me to come see him. He is talking about lots of future plans, things he wants to do, like take me to the spa, travel. I don't know. It's kind of a little erring on the side of love bombing, but we're just gonna take it day by day. We've been communicating, we're texting. Who knows what the future will hold? We will see. I will keep you guys updated.
Girl, I just got my dream car. Isn't that the one that everyone says like breaks all the time? Why would you get something like that when you know you can't afford to fix it? Oh, because that's my favorite car. Oh, well, have fun fixing it, I guess. It's always gonna be broken, but I also just got my CNA license, so I'm gonna start working in a nursing home. What? Why the fuck would you do that? Everyone says they hate that. I don't know why you would do that. How much you want to bet you're gonna get that job and absolutely freaking hate it? Well, I also got an apartment. Well, how are you gonna afford that? How are you gonna get furniture? How are you gonna afford the rent? That's just stupid. I mean, congratulations, I guess.
Story time of how the guy I liked tried to set me up with his best friend the entire time of us dating. This is part 2 of how I got my heart broken by a player. Go watch part 1 if you haven't. It'll make this story make a little bit more sense, but still not that much sense. So I liked this guy. We'll just call him Mr. Ho. Just kidding, that's rude. I'll just call him Leaf. One of my friends was having a party and she said you can invite whoever you want. So I invited Leaf and he brought some friends. So the party's chill, the party's fine, but the only important fact about the party is this is how I met the guy friend that he was trying to set me up with. This is like the 4th time of me and Leaf hanging out, and so I genuinely thought this guy liked me. Move the story along. This is another hangout. I go to hang out with Leaf, the guy best friend, we'll call him Cam, and Harry. Harry doesn't really matter, but he's always there. So I drive to Harry's house where we're all hanging out. And when I get there, Leaf is just ignoring the fact that I'm even there, even though we planned that I was going there, like him and I. After we're at Harry's house for a little bit, they're all like, okay, let's go to Can's house. Then Leaf was like, okay, I'll go with you, Harry, and Can will go with Scarlett. Obviously, he did not like me. After he said that, I was like, okay, no, you're coming with me. We are gonna chat. He's in the passenger seat and he will not look me in the face. Like, he just will not look at me. And I ask him, I'm like, okay, what's your problem? He's like, oh, I'm just trying to hook a brother up. And Leaf and I hung out together for 2 months straight every week. Like, it's not just like this, oh, we hung out once and now I'm just like, here's my friend. It's like, no, we've been hanging out a lot. So, yeah, irritated, pissed me off, annoyed. We get to Can's house. Low-key, I don't remember what happened, so I just left. When I get home, I block his ass. Then he texts me the next day. He's like, so what happened with Snap? Like, why'd you block me? Oh, sorry. Let me just add you back. Because I'm an idiot. Actually an idiot. So I added him back, and I think a month goes by, and then he asks me to hang out again. Guess who's an idiot and says yes? Me. But this is the only hangout that ever made it seem like he 100% liked me, and he put in the effort. He actually was playing the part of a man, like, and so this just messed up my perception of him even more. But go to part 3 for this story because this video is getting too long.
These are all the things that almost went wrong during our proposal. Spencer didn't want to dress up. She wanted to go casual and comfy to dinner because we had a really early flight the next morning. So I'm sitting there trying to convince her to wear something nice without trying to make it obvious, which is so hard. So I thought maybe like reverse psychology would work. So I put on a nice outfit, I showered, I shaved, I got dressed. And I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna wear. What do you think? And at first she was like, oh, are you kidding me? Like, you look so much nicer than me. Like, I'm wearing these track pants. And then she was like, okay, fine. I'm going to get ready. Just give me like half an hour. I'm going to get ready. And I was like, okay, I'll film a get ready with me. It'll be fun. We're going out to dinner. Our last dinner here. We have an early flight, blah, blah, blah. Like, perfect. Because I need a chance to slip out of the condo to go downstairs to hide this big ring box in the car. Because if I was walking into dinner with it in my pocket, she would have saw it for sure. So I went to the trash can. I grabbed all the garbage. And I brought it down to the dumpster to empty it. But while I did that, I shoved the ring underneath the rear seat of the car and put our sweaters on top of it because it was gonna be cold that night. So now I have her dressed and ready, and I have the ring hidden in the car. So next we get to the beach, and I'm trying to reach into the back seat, under the seat, to grab the ring box. So my excuse was, we left the car, we started walking, and I was like, shoot, I forgot our sweaters in the car. Let me run back quickly and grab them. I'll be back in 2 seconds. So I turn around, unlock the Jeep, and I run the other side of the car. Open the door, reach over the seats. I lift it up, I grab the ring box, not in my pocket, but actually inside of all the hoodies. And I go like this, and I'm like, shit, like I didn't put the ring in a good spot where I know where it is. It's just in both hoodies. She was like, this is really weird, but okay. And I think at this point, she's kind of like, what's going on? Spencer was very for having like a private engagement, like intimate me and her. And somebody else was proposing on the same beach that night. And there's this whole big thing set up with roses and a big light up sign that says, will you marry me? And like literally a red carpet. So she literally goes like this and looks at me and she's like, wow, like that's crazy. And I'm like, yeah. And we walked right by it, and you should have seen the look on her face. She was like sweating. We finally get by there, but what she doesn't know is I hired a photographer from here where we live to fly there because she's so amazing. So I'm texting her days prior being like, this is the time, this is the beach. And she went hours before, scoped it out. She had a whole disguise on, wearing a hat, and she had her hair up in her hat. So she literally looked like she had hair out of me coming out of the hat. It was the funniest thing ever. So I had no idea where she was. She was like, when you walk down the beach from the restaurant, turn right, and I'm 7 trash cans down the beach. I lost count probably 3 or 4 times when I was counting these trash cans. I'm finally like, shoot, I don't know how many trash cans I've counted. My whole plan was I was gonna take photos of Spencer while she was facing me and say, turn around and face the sunset. And then I was gonna pull the ring out and I was gonna propose to her. And I didn't know where the photographer was based on where I was. So I pulled my phone out and I texted her saying, am I good here? Please tell me, is it okay if I do it right now? Screw it, I'm gonna just do it right now. And of course, the one time I'm like, Spencer, like, let me take photos of you. Like, she didn't even ask me. I was like, let me take photos of you. No, I don't really feel like it. It's really windy and the sun doesn't look out. I'm like, you look great. Let me just take some photos of you because I need her to turn around so I can grab the ring out of this big ball of sweater to propose to her. She was being stubborn. And I actually have, I'll input the photo right here. This is the photo I took of her when I was just about to get down on one knee. And I'm not even joking, like word for word, this is what I said. Screw it. And I grabbed my phone and I grabbed the hoodies and I walked over and I put them down and I grabbed the ring out of the thing of hoodies and I looked at her with my hand and she literally, like, her face dropped. And then that's when I walked up to her and I proposed to her. And in my head, I'm like, please say that Stella is ready for this and she's like taking photos. When I say I completely blacked out, I wish I could remember everything I said. I just remember it like feeling like I was like glowing. Like I was so excited and like I'm down there, like my knee is getting soaked from like the wet sand. And all of a sudden I hear like click, 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 click. And I look over and Stella's there taking photos. And I'm like, Spencer, look who it is. And she looks over and she just starts bawling. We had the most magical like 10 minutes of just being in this bubble of just happiness. And we were both emotional and Stella was taking photos. And the last part of the story that's kind of funny is I have to go get these bottles of champagne from the car. So I literally gave them all my stuff and Stella's like, you gotta go now. I ran down that beach faster than I've ever ran in my life. I run all the way back to where they are with 2 bottles of champagne in my hand. Like I get there and I'm literally like wet and I popped the 2 bottles and it looked perfect and it couldn't have been better. But obviously engagements aren't easy and like I don't even know how I planned all this stuff and everything worked out so perfectly. And it literally was the most perfect engagement ever and I wouldn't have changed a single thing.
Somebody please let me know why I look crusty as fuck right now. I'm really not liking this. Get ready with me to hopefully do something. Anything. I literally just got back from Maddie's house. I was there for like 4 hours maybe. We were watching this documentary for 3 fucking hours and it was so good. I also went on a little walk for like 45 minutes and oh my, it was fucking hot as balls outside, okay? I'm talking 90 degrees. I'm sweating my ass off and little Maddie over here is just chilling and I'm just like, how are you doing this? Like I'm dripping sweat. It's almost 5 p.m. and I literally am just getting ready for my day, but that's okay. At least we're getting ready, right? I do have some errands to run though. I just asked my friend if she could run them with me, so hopefully that happens. Either way, I do have to get out of my house again, but I'd rather not go alone, you know? Okay, random thought of the day. Let me know if this is happening to any of you guys. Every like 5 minutes, I'm getting these like notifications from Snap saying blank wants to be your friend, blank wants to be your friend, like over and over and over again, and they're like different people. They're mostly guys, but like I don't think they actually are adding me that often, you know? So it's happened before too. It'd just be like once a month, like I get like 40 fucking new ads and I don't know what's happening, but I don't think they're actually all adding me. You know what I'm saying? One time Snapchat said that I added this girl's boyfriend, which I literally didn't. Like, I don't add guys on Snap like ever. She did indeed end up throwing a whole fucking fit at me, calling me a whore, blah, 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 like, whatever. Baby girl, I didn't add your man. Okay, to this day, I will stand on that. I didn't add your man. Right. So now I'm just casually sitting here with like 500 ads on fucking Snapchat. They're either all ugly or bots. So none of them are getting added back. Let me tell you that. Me and Maddie were gonna go to my grandma's house and go to the lake again because duh. But I woke up this morning and it was actually cloudy. So that was low-key very depressing. Still ended up going on a walk, but like I'd rather tan, you know? I think we're just gonna do that again this week, but now I'm looking outside and it's sunny. Don't know why Mother Nature is fucking with me like this, but I genuinely need so many of my restock like makeup products and skincare and fucking body wash. Like I literally am running out of everything and I have a good like $40 in my checking account. So I'm trying to like not spend my cash and then like go to the bank in like 2 months and have like fucking $5,000. But I fear I might have to put my cash in my account because it's getting serious. She's getting broke. She's been broke. All that ass in your jeans. Long hair, she don't care. Makeup's all done. I'm still feeling a little bit crusty, but like less crusty. Love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Okay, Dandic story time because I'm a chronic dater, as you all know. So, 2 characters, R and J. Fuck J. But, I started hanging out with R like a week before I met J. Like, I literally just went and hung out with him and had drinks and like talked with him and his friend. Nothing serious. Just mingling. Then R wants to make plans to go on a date later on in the week. I'm like, cool, whatever. Fast forward, 2 days later after meeting R, I'm at the bar with some friends after a baseball game, and I meet Jay. Jay seems cool. James nice. James is really hot, like my type, right? Whatever. I get Jay's Instagram and no, I got his phone number. And we start talking a little bit, and then we decide to hang out like on the weekend, and he wants my homegirl to come out with us, and I'm like, all right, like let's all hang out, right? So we all go out, me, him, my homegirl, and his friend, and we're at the club. I'm dancing, I'm having a good time, I have a drink in my hand, and out of the corner of my eye, I see R, the guy from the weekend before. The guy that I was supposed to go on a date with 3 days later on a Sunday. And I was like, try not to make eye contact because like, not that I'm like committed to anybody, obviously, but like, it's still like, you know, he's going to want to come up and talk to me. Like, I was like, oh my God, like I was freaking out. So then I end up kind of like beelining to the back of the club to the other side with my friend because I tell her what's up and she's like, oh my God, we're both freaking out. Anyways, I'm at the bar and Jay is ordering me another drink, and tell me why the other guy, R, comes up to me and starts chatting with me while I'm with another guy. I don't think he really like put 2 and 2 together either, but like I'm like, oh hi, like, and he's like, I didn't know you were gonna be out. And I was like I could hear the saxophones and I was like, this is crazy. And then Jay behind me was like, who the fuck is this, you know, like, and I'm like, and then I was trying to get R to go away, so I was like, oh, like, nice seeing you, like, can't wait to see you this weekend later on. And like I kind of turned around, but like I think they both caught on because yeah, that was like the last time I saw either of them. So that wasn't the saxophones getting loud. I don't know what was. I mean, I had a good time. I had free drinks and I got to dance and it was interesting. And now I look back at it and laugh. But yeah, don't go to the club with men anymore if you are a girl. It's just, you never know who you're going to see. Yeah, I was embarrassed. I'll own that. It is what it is. Love being a chronic dater.
Hey, I'm a server, and I need to know the brain chemistry of the people that go out to a restaurant 10 minutes before a restaurant closes. 4 ladies walk in and sit in my section at 10:50. Hey ladies, how we doing? I know that you guys just sat down, but I do want to let you know that our kitchen closes in 10 minutes, and once it hits 11, they will not make any tickets. Oh, that's what they say at every restaurant. We always get them to do it for us. That's not how it works here. Anyway, if you could pretty please look over the food menu quickly so that way I can get that food put in and then we can get your drinks started immediately. We will get our drinks, we will sip on them, and then we will order food in a little bit. Yes, ma'am, I just want to let you know and be prepared that they will not make any food past 11. 11:45 hits, they've only had one drink and they think they're about to order food. Wait staff, barmaid. I fucking hate those 2 words. Hey, we want to do another round of drinks? Yes, and we want to go ahead and order our food too. I am so sorry, ladies. I'll definitely get those round of drinks, but we can't order any more food. The cooks aren't even here anymore. And who told them they can leave? Did they not know that we were here? Like I said, our kitchen closes at 11. I'm so sorry. Then you better know how to cook. Yeah, that's definitely not how this works. Either we order the food or we cancel the drinks. Sure, I'll bring your check out to you. Go ahead and bring that fucking manager too. And guess what? That fucking manager told them the same damn thing that I did and brought them their check and literally did not leave that table until they handed him the money. Don't even ask. You already know they didn't tip me.
Hi, my name's Kelly. I'm a server in a restaurant. I've been serving in restaurants for years, and I love going to work when I am in a horrible mood. I'm being serious. Let me explain. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Working in a restaurant is so unserious. This past weekend, I have been emotionally distraught. Okay, I'm processing some emotions. That's okay. That's normal. That's human. That's healthy. And if I was working any other job, I'm not gonna lie, I would have called out, but I didn't. You know what? I showed up to my Friday night shift and we were all goofing off the entire night. There were too many of us on and it just wasn't busy enough. And so we were all just delusional and yapping the entire night. I had told a couple of the girls like a week before that I was going on a date, and one of them asked me about it, and I was like, oh yeah, I did go on it, and it actually went really well. And we were all gossiping in the corner. The girly pops wanted to know all of the details, and then it just kind of felt like a slumber party, but at work. I walked into my shift on Saturday and said hi to the line as I always do, and one of the line cooks gave me a butterscotch candy. He never gives those to anyone. You don't know how special I felt in that moment. Last night, one of my coworkers looks over my shoulder, grabs my serving book, looks at the writing in it, and goes, what language are you writing in? Let me know if you guys want me to go through some of my past checkbooks, but yeah, my writing is insane in my serving book. He sat there for like 2 minutes trying to discern what I had written, and in that time I grabbed his serving book and I was like, what are you writing? Moral of the story, servers write like doctors write on prescription pads. Also, the theme of this weekend, I feel like all of my coworkers just decided to have cute babies all at once, and all of them are growing up at the same time. And so everyone's just been showing pictures and sharing stories, and it's so cute to hear. And honestly, over the past weekend, I've had so many cool tables. It's been slowing down at my restaurant because it's getting hot out, and so I actually have time to talk to my table. Am I making as much money? Absolutely not. I'm barely walking away with anything at the end of the night. Am I walking away smiling because I had such a fun time the entire night? Yeah. Listen, the point I'm getting at is I know I share a lot of insane story times about my interactions in restaurants, but there is a reason I love the restaurant industry. And I can confidently say that after every single shift this weekend, I was feeling a little bit better every single day.
Long-awaited story time on how I got grounded for 3 weeks. So basically it all started on a Sunday, and that whole day me and my mom have just like been getting into it, and I was giving so much attitude, and it was around 11:30 at night, and I was on the phone with a guy downstairs, and I was literally about to fall asleep on the couch. And we usually fall asleep on the phone, whatever, like, literally that was it. Well, it was also a school night, so my mom got down and was like, it is time for you to go to bed. And I was just like, I know. And she was like, if you know, then why aren't you upstairs sleeping? She like starts like really yelling at me because I was giving attitude all day, and like she just started yelling at me, was like, this is unacceptable. And I genuinely don't mean to, but like I accidentally started laughing because like I can't take people yelling at me seriously. Like I've gotten so used to it that I just block it out and I just like don't take it seriously. And I think that like made her more mad, so she was like, keep it up and like I'm gonna take your phone. And I was like, okay. And she was like, I'm gonna do it. I was like, okay. Like, I was saying okay. And at that point, I should have said, like, I'm sorry, like, okay, like, whatever. But I just kept saying okay. And she was like, matter of fact, give me your phone now. And she took my phone and I went to the bathroom and then she knocked on the door. She's like, what's your password? So I knew I was pretty cooked there because she was going through my phone. And basically, I'm not allowed to have Snapchat, and this was my second time getting caught with it. And yeah, I got caught with Snap, which honestly, I'm like really glad I got caught with it because like it was low-key genuinely draining me. It honestly made my parents and I relationship worse because I was keeping something from them and like I didn't want to be near them, like, you know what I mean? Then like she found text. I just want to let you guys know before I tell you guys that I know what I said was 100% completely disrespectful to my parents, and even if it was in a flirting manner, I should have never said it. But basically, I told a guy that he can come over when my parents are at home, basically me sneaking a guy over. It was 100% in a flirting manner, like, it's not gonna seem like that, but literally, like, I would never do that. Like, my grandmother is literally neighbors with me. Why would I be stupid enough to do that? When I got my phone back yesterday, I had a talk, and like my mom was basically telling me to not be a player, and she hopes that like that's not my intention with all these guys, but like genuinely there's 3 guys in my phone. But from her conversation yesterday, like I think she thought that I'm like messing with all these guys basically and playing with their feelings, which I tell them beforehand that I do not date, except one guy's the only exception. She found like other more concerning texts, but like I don't want to disclose that because it's very personal to me, and I will forever stand on the fact that I think it's just very personal to go through my text messages, and I get that it's her phone, but like I will just forever stand on that. Text messages are just completely personal to me, but I always respect my mom going through my phone because it's her phone, but like it's just my opinion. Anyways, I got grounded literally right as I got my license, so I barely could go anywhere, but towards the end, like, they were kind of being lenient on it. But anyways, I definitely learned from my mistakes, and I will never do that again to disrespect my parents, and I definitely deserved it, and I am honestly grateful that it wasn't worse. Like, I was expecting me to never have a phone again in my life, honestly. Anyways, I don't really know if this is like an even good story because nothing really happened. It was just everything in my phone. Like, I didn't really physically do anything. I didn't sneak a guy over or anything. Like, this is probably nothing compared to everything else that teenagers do. But yeah, that's why I got grounded. But I am getting ready for work, so yeah, that is the end of this, and let me know if you have any questions. But thank you guys for waiting so long till Monday for the story time, and sorry it wasn't yesterday. There was just a lot of things happening yesterday, but bye guys, love you so much.
I paid for me and a guy's first date the other night, so let's get into the story. It was our first date. We were meeting for a drink at a bar, casual. I got there first. When I ordered my drink, the waitress needed a card to start the tab. So I gave her mine. He wasn't there yet. He shows up, he orders a beer. We have 2 drinks each. It was fine. Like, I don't think I would have seen him again. I maybe would have given him a second date if this whole fiasco hadn't happened. But when it was time for the bill, the waitress came back over and was like, okay, like, are you ready? Should I charge the card that I have on file, or do you want to put it on another one? And I look at this man. I'm like, okay, this is your chance. Like, you know, you obviously haven't touched your wallet. You know it has to be my card because you didn't put down a card at the beginning. He doesn't say anything. This man's not moving towards his wallet. He's not like, oh, even if we were going to split the bill, he needed to be like actively reaching for his wallet. But no. So the waitress is just standing there waiting for an answer. And so I'm like, all right, this guy's obviously not going to do anything. I look at her, I go, sure, yeah, charge the card. This guy looks at me, he goes, you sure? I was like, no, I'm not sure, but I'm not gonna make this poor waitress so uncomfortable by being like, yeah, should we just split the bill? Should you pick up the bill? I don't know. You're the guy. Maybe that's not a thing anymore, but to me, I just feel like the guy gets the first date, especially if he's asking me out. As I'm like putting in my like 20% or whatever, he's like, I'll Venmo you. And I was like, yeah, you probably should. So he walks me to my car, I give him a hug, and he's like, text me when you get home. I'm like, I'm gonna have to text this guy because like he owes me money. Like it was $60. He can Venmo me 30, like great, we'll call it even. I never have to see him again. So anyways, I text him I'm home. He's like, great. The next day, he hints at a second date, and then the next day I respond and I was like, yeah, like that place is great. Like we were talking about a live music venue. And then I sent him my username for Venmo. It has my first and last name. He didn't have it before. We met on Hinge. What does this man do? He doesn't go to my Venmo and send me the $30 he owes me. No, he takes my first and last name and follows me on Instagram. I mean, I have never been more shocked and appalled in my entire life. I was like, okay. So he's still texting me. The date was on a Monday. By Thursday, I'm like, all right, this man hasn't Venmoed me. And also when I sent my Venmo username, he was like, oh, I'll Venmo. And I hearted it. And then he continued on with the conversation like normal, but like he never sent me the Venmo. So by Thursday, I'm like, I just want my money. I don't want to talk to this guy. It's a matter of principle. He's already told me twice he's going to Venmo and he hasn't. And he's followed me on Instagram using my last name. So anyways, I have to text him again on Thursday after being like, yeah, my week's going great. By the way, don't forget the Venmo. And he liked it. He didn't heart it. He liked it. And then about an hour later, he finally sent. To be fair, he sent the full 60, which is great. He covered it. There was so much opportunity for this man to have covered it, either on the date or like as he's walking to my car, be like, hey, what's your Venmo? Like, or the first time I sent him my username, he could have just sent me the money. And he did ask me on a second date. I kind of naively was like, oh, maybe I'll give him a second chance. I don't know. Like he sent the full 60. And then he invited himself over to my place for a wine night. And I said, I'm so sorry, this isn't gonna work, sir.
I had a phase like my freshman year of high school when Euphoria was really popular as a show, where I became so obsessed with the eye makeup looks that Cassie and Maddie would be doing to go to school every day. Now this was also around the time that I decided that I wanted to be TikTok famous. And all over my For You page I would constantly be seeing like makeup influencers recreating these crazy eye looks from Euphoria. And so me, as a 14-year-old, of course, naturally thought, why wouldn't I be able to do the same thing? And do it just as well, if not better. So I did, or I tried. But just doing the looks wasn't enough. Once I had looked up my little inspo picture on Pinterest and spent probably an hour and a half trying to recreate it, I would move on to the TikTok making phase, where I would film these really dramatic 2-part transitions to show my amazing eye makeup transformation from Euphoria. And they were really, unfortunately, seductive. I thought I was really hot, and I wanted everyone to see it, and I wanted everyone to know it. And they saw it. They did, because I posted them. And you know, they didn't go viral, but there's no good side to that story. They didn't go viral. I didn't become TikTok famous. I didn't become an amazing makeup artist. They are privated now, obviously, for obvious reasons. Maybe in some world I would consider unprivating some of them, just because they were a little bit too embarrassing to be lost and wasted forever. I don't know, please tell me I wasn't the only one doing this at this time. I feel like I definitely wasn't. I know you guys were doing the same stuff.
It's grad season, so I raise you Day in Hell, high school graduation version. You're 17 and you're a senior in high school. It's graduation week, so you spend hours a day at these mandatory practices for walking for graduation. Today is a shoe check to make sure that you're wearing appropriate footwear for graduation. You pass the shoe check and life is good, but before you can actually graduate, there's this huge assembly for all the seniors and you have to speak at it. You're really, really nervous already. When the day comes for the big senior assembly, you're wearing your approved shoes. They're these beautiful custom painted Converse with your school's logo on them that your mom commissioned for you on Etsy. You're in the gym early because you want to practice your speech one more time to make sure it's perfect. and you see an administrator hustling up to you. You know that it's going to be bad because you have a bad history with this administrator. Because you're a wannabe influencer, and once you posted a video talking about how you worked to overcome bullying in high school because you were bullied badly. And you think that maybe the administrator is calling you down to the office to talk about the video because they're concerned about you and want to check in. But they tell you you need to remove that video because it is giving a bad look to the school, and if you don't take it down, you are going to get suspended and removed from all of your clubs. But you don't want to disappoint the community by saying negative things about the school, do you? So you take the video down. You don't want to get suspended, but this administrator strikes fear into your soul for the rest of your high school experience. But that's in the past. At the present moment, this administrator is bolting towards you, looking straight at your feet. Even though they approved these shoes 2 days earlier at the shoe check, they tell you that those shoes are absolutely not approved and you can expect not to walk or give your speech. They're still yelling at you loudly about how these shoes are a disgrace to the school and to your position as the other rest of your class is filing into the gym and everyone hears you getting yelled at. Everyone in your class. So the administrator leaves you alone and you're preparing for your speech because apparently you're still allowed to give it, but unbeknownst to you, the administrator is in the stands shaking down your mother, demanding that she take the shoes off her feet and switch with you because the shoes that you're wearing are just too unsightly, even though you're going to be behind a podium the entire time and they were approved. Your mom is like, absolutely not. I bought those shoes for her. They're not offensive. And you approved them. The administrator comes back down one more time before you give your speech to chew you out for how disgraceful these shoes are. And then you go give your speech and it goes fine. When they go to take the photo for the Hall of Fame at the end of the assembly, the administrator puts you behind the athletes that are way taller than you because you are like 5'2", so that you are not visible in the photo at all. After the ceremony, a nice girl comes up to you and says, I thought your shoes are pretty cool. You thank her, and then you go to your mom's car and sob. In the spirit of malicious compliance, because you're getting yelled at, heels. You need to be wearing heels for graduation. You buy the most obnoxious, loud-looking, tall, pink and white houndstooth heels for graduation. And you wear them. You're the first person to walk at graduation. And before you can walk, an entire team of administrators encircles you and make sure that you are wearing the proper shoes for this sacred event. There are other people graduating that day that are also wearing Converse, but no one goes and checks on them. But as you have this team of administrators around you, you are wearing heels, albeit really obnoxious, large pink ones. But that's all that they instructed, so they can't say anything to you. You walk, you graduate, the end.
How sick and twisted in the head do you have to be to use my Snapchat location to pull up to my apartment complex without my consent? I forgot to carve out my eyebrows. I was like, why do I look funny? So when I first started working at Chipotle back in 2019, I know one of my trainers was this guy, we're gonna call him Ryan. And listen, Ryan at the time was my perfect type, exactly what I went for. I'm not gonna describe him, but just know, not my type no more. I was fresh out of a toxic relationship and I had the biggest crush on this dude, but he had a girlfriend at the time, so I kind of just left it be. He also ended up quitting not too long after I started, so you know, we didn't even really get super close or anything, but we were cool. We would have moments where like he would get irritated with me because he had a really short temper and shit, but other than that, we were cool. One time he got really mad at me because I posted Mr. 5'3" on my story, and he hated Mr. 5'3" just for his own reasons, which was understandable. Now I got into like a whole issue because I posted him. He was like, I don't want to be your friend anymore because he posted him. I'm like, bro, like, this is our manager, like, calm down. Anyways, time goes on, and after a few years, like, I basically forget about this dude up until one day. It was either like 2023 or 2024, I can't remember. We reconnected on Instagram and stuff, and I was like, okay, this is cool. But at this point, I was kind of over it. I was going through it with Mr. 5'3" and best friend's brother, and like, I wasn't attracted to him anymore either, really. But you know, I decided to catch up with him because why not? I knew what his intentions were. He made it very clear that he was flirting and he like, you know, wanted to see me and shit like that. But I don't know, I kept talking to him, but I never made it seem like I wanted to like get with him. But y'all know how men are, like, they can't take the fucking hint to save their life. So I had posted a selfie one day and I had the song Still Into You by Paramore linked to it, and I remember he swiped up on it being like, oh, this is about me, huh? And I was like, no. There was one night that he just kind of kept pressing me to come over. He said something about like hanging out to smoke, and I just did not want to that night. I told him I was down eventually, but I just did not want to do it. And I said that I was smoking and stuff like that just like on my own, and I guess he like somehow interpreted it to be me telling him to come over so we can smoke together, which never once did I say that. Like, at this point, we're talking on Snapchat, right? I had my location on at this point, just because all my friends did as well, and I didn't really think anything of it. So instead of just asking me, hey, you know, what's your address? This motherfucker took it upon himself to follow the GPS of where my location was on Snapchat, which was my apartment, and he pulled up outside. I heard his car pull up. I saw his lights flashing in my window. He didn't know which apartment complex that I was in, but he started texting me and blowing up my phone, being like, come outside, like I'm here, and I'm like, bro, like what the fuck are you doing? And obviously this made me uncomfortable as fuck because I never said come over. I never gave any hints, like hinting that I wanted you to come over or anything, and you took it upon yourself to find my address. That is so fucking weird. And he stood out there for a good 20 minutes maybe, blowing up my phone until eventually like I heard his shit pull off and leave. I ghosted him after that because what the fuck is wrong with you? And then his weird ass had the nerve to text me being like, oh, did I do something wrong? Like, you think? It was so fucking bizarre.